Okay. Keeping my game volume down because I don't know, stuff might be copyright or whatever. So I'm just gonna drop 2 disclaimers off rip. Number 1, this is not scripted at all. I'm literally just doing this off the top of my head because I've been thinking about it for a while and I really think I need to put my foot down about it. Just to, oh my god, this room. Just to presurface, I have been very active on the internet and whatnot since I started watching YouTube in 2017, but I didn't really do anything major, make any major moves in terms of being a part of the social media circle until 2018. I have found that within, not necessarily the past month, but within the past couple of days, it's been getting harder and harder for me to consume or even feel the want to make content. And that is no shade to creators at all. I mean, yeah, sure, stuff has been going on or whatever in like different communities and whatnot, but it's mainly just the ads. So I've been using YouTube, like I said, since pretty much 2017, ever since this account was made. At that time, I watched a lot of people like Corey Kenshin, 8-Bit Ryan, popular MMOs before his whole entire situation, which is still sad, but I'm very happy he's doing better. That warms my heart a little bit. And so I'm used to not being bothered by advertisements because they just got plastered so much to me when I was younger. As if I'm not still young, but like when I was younger, before I turned 18 and whatnot, before I was an adult, that it didn't really bother me. Also, I'm sorry if this is very redundant. I'm trying to think of what to say off rip, and playing a game is what kind of helps me clean my thoughts a bit because I got to keep them short and concise. What else? And I've also been using YouTube as my primary music source for nearly 10 years at this point. I've never personally downloaded Spotify. I've never personally used Apple Music. I've used SoundCloud a little bit, but it's not like something I consume. I haven't used SoundCloud in probably like a year now. So ads don't really bother me, but it's this year in particular where it's kind of like bothering me a little bit, especially the types of ads I've been getting. I don't know if Google's gonna like take this and like listen through my microphone or listen through my video and jinx me directly after this, but the ones I've been getting haven't really been targeting where I live, but like just random things. Like I've been getting random advertisements about opioid addiction and like drugs that are supposed to like help with testosterone or do funny things, and I'm like, I never spoke anything about that ever. I don't know what Google picked up through my microphone to be giving me stuff like that, but that's just, I don't know what's going on, dude. And another thing, definitely, aside from that, is, don't get me wrong, YouTubers and things don't really get to choose the ads that are pushed out to their viewers, and I know that ads are really only put into videos if the person's making revenue. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be ads at all, because you're going to be like, oh, well, buy YouTube Premium. For what, though? Like, I don't see a point in spending $10 a month for something when I've been dealing with the ads and everything, unbothered for like 10 years almost at this point. And it's the same thing with Pinterest. I've been using Pinterest for pretty much almost 10 years now. Plastered with ads every time you scroll. Every single scroll you make, ads. And luckily for me, there hasn't been really that much AI content on mine because I steer away from anything AI generated. Like even if it's like a harmless person just trying to do something, or they don't really feel comfortable in their like creative or like graphic design knowledge, I just steer away from anything AI related, AI generated, really. My whole thing about AI is that I believe it should only remain for technological purposes or database purposes. So like in terms of like medical stuff and things, if it makes it easier to track medical records and things, or let's say like providers, I believe that's fine. But the moment it goes into the creative sphere, I just see it as unnecessary. I actually was thinking about doing a whole analysis thing about why the little stars and sparkles are so deeply associated with the push of AI, because they want it to make it seem magical, and to some people it is. It genuinely is. But for me, it's, as a creative especially, I have my own opinions on it, and that's not the purpose of this. I'm just yapping about whatever. So, main thing is, you're talking about like, you're kind of talking smack about YouTube and whatever. What does that mean? I'm a relatively small channel, so I'm not saying that I'm going to give up on content, but I've been really taking a deeper look into my mentality about things outside of the internet, mainly the internet, but like how I consume it and how I train my brain, how I learn things. YouTube undoubtedly has been like, it means a lot to me because it's been a space where I can help regulate myself, regulate my emotions, regulate not what I want to see, but regulate my motivation. Like, there are a lot of times where like my anxiety, I used to be very paranoid and everything, but like I struggle a lot with anxiety and like very minor health issues and stuff, and so I tend to get overwhelmed very easily from hypersensitivity and all that. And so YouTube, whether it's been finding obscure music and obscure music artists, or even looking back on things I used to play when I was like a little Jillian, it's been so helpful. And so there's never going to be a situation where I give up on it unless it's just really that severe. Oh, okay. But in terms of my side of being a content creator, I definitely want to try to focus more on consuming less social media. I don't really have a lot of social medias as is. The only things I really use are YouTube and maybe like one or two other things. But I've never used Twitter, never plan on using it, never used Blue Sky. I don't plan on using it unless maybe commission purposes. Never use Snapchat, never will. God forbid. They've been tracking where people be at for the longest time, and I'm just not comfortable with things like that unless I know the person really well to an extent and they have proven to me personally that they would not like take advantage of, like, say if I were to like state drop or whatever, because I do live in the US. So I don't know. And then things like those, they just feel redundant to me. Like, there's literally no purpose of having Snapchat, in my opinion. It's just, especially from the way I was raised, my parents personally never really liked the idea of me having social media, and they really wanted to wait until like I was an adult for that thing, which, yeah, but I just knew from the jump I wasn't really big on certain social medias like Snapchat and everything. And then the idea of the streaks and stuff, it's just not for me. I don't see any purpose in it. I like long form content. And then that's the other thing too, is the whole shorts push that's been around media recently. Like, I've actually done a few academic essays on it. Well, not a few, maybe like one or two. But reels and everything, it's good. A lot of like genuinely good creators are getting good revenue off of it, as they deserve. I'm not saying that people shouldn't revenue off of it. For me personally, it's just, I feel like it's really making us as like, how do I word this without sounding like one of those weird political YouTubers? I don't want to say it's making us dumber, but I feel like it's discouraging us from doing our research, I guess. I think that's the best way to explain it. I'm like running all over the place in terms of like whatchamacallit things right now. So let me try to, oh my god. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Holy shit, that is loud. So let me try to like filter what I'm trying to say down, because I'm thinking all over the place. That's just me and my normal day. What is the main point? Right now, if you do not know, I'm currently in university. Yay! And I'm in progress of getting a communication arts degree. So I can hopefully go into the like just creative business professionally and working off of briefs. Primarily, I really want to become like a professional concept artist, and I really am trying to do my research in terms of whether or not I want to be under a company or whether I want to do freelance, but that's going to be for like my junior and senior year. I want to, ever since I started university and kind of ever since I really graduated, honestly, I've kind of lost my touch with digital art. I've lost a lot of motivation and everything because I just have so much work I gotta do. 16 credit hours. And really when I'm not doing any work, I'm either eating something, playing a game, recording, editing, or honestly, if it just happens, I just take a nap. And as much as I really enjoy editing and it does help me regulate, there's just been really nothing worth recording for me. What does that mean? 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 The slasher has arrived? What do we mean? What are we talking about? Oh, I'm actually terrified. So now we have Aura. What is that? So part of it is that I definitely want to focus more on my education, but also trying to find certain avenues to where I can motivate myself outside of coursework to draw. Before I graduated and everything, I used to draw consistently every day. I would have like thousands of like digital pieces made from just like 2 to 3 years alone, which is outstanding. And I loved that I was able to garner that much motivation. So I definitely want to get that back. I also want to retrain my brain to not do doom scroll, I think it's called, that much. It's not healthy for anybody, but it's particularly not healthy for me, especially with the way my brain works and how I tend to get anxious about things quickly, how I tend to speculate, and how I tend to like second guess a lot, just to be completely honest about it. I want to work on my own thought process, and I just really want to, what's the word? I wouldn't call myself mature, but I want to work on my maturity. I want to really fact check myself on what's okay to say, what's okay to send, and everything. Not to say I've done anything bad, but definitely there's some things I want to improve on from things I've done, maybe like, or like maybe just simple things I've said, simple jokes I've made like 2, 3, shoot, even 5 years ago. I just really want to reflect. That's a better way to say it. I want to reflect on everything. Another reason is that I'm really scared about how this channel is going to go with the whole Roblox thing. Oh, damn. Because if you know, and as much as I hate it kind of feeling like fear-mongering, there is a strong possibility that Roblox chat systems, roleplay based games, and the most important thing to me, asymmetrical survival horror games on Roblox are going to go to shit because of the AI age estimation. I've already done the thing for voice chat before, they just rolled it out without ID, which kind of makes me mad. But I'm just gonna let you know right now, I'm not doing that face check. If that means I'm not going to have chat, I mean, that sucks. That might mean I'm not even gonna have voice chat, which is weird, but it's just, no. And that comes down to specifically how I look too. Like, I am 18 and older, but I look like a fucking baby. So I just have this really nagging feeling in my head that if I were to do that, not only am I giving them the okay that that sort of thing is fine, and giving Roblox the idea that their system isn't flawed, which it's not. The AI estimation just has so much room for error. It's absurd to me. There is way more cons than pros. As much as it does have pros, it's just way too many cons. And for my own privacy and just not wanting to be a part of anything like that system rollout, I'm just not gonna do it. And Roblox has been one of those things where it has made my channel like rise, especially when it comes to Daybreak content, which actually I want to talk about that. Ever since I've stopped making Daybreak content, that's where like the majority of my viewers come from. If it's not Daybreak, I think part of it's Danganronpa Eden's Garden, but there's not a lot to go off of for that, and I'm not in the server. So it's just like no point in me personally to make more of that content until the next chapter comes out. Is it chapter? I think it is. But back to the whole Daybreak thing. I just, as much as I love supporting like small asym survival horror games, that is like one of my favorite genres of all time. I played Flee the Facility back in 2018, and I got to like level 120 something before I moved on to like IDV and Daybreak. I have met so many friends off of that game, and like I couldn't be more grateful for the opportunities it's given me, both in terms of like networking because of my own creations and my own interests, and the ability for me to be a part of Bloodsport. Like I'm so like, I can't even put it into words of how grateful I am, but it's just not for me anymore. I've done what I came there to do. My whole point with that really was to just bring like Daybreak Killers a new light, and to really kind of dissolve the whole killers can't do anything because it's such a survivor-sided game. Well, yeah, there's 63 survivors and like 23 killers. It's gonna be like that no matter what, and it's a 1v8, so like, suck it up, kid. It's just the way it is. And I definitely have a lot of strong opinions about that game, especially when it comes to the recode. Don't get me wrong, the recode's gorgeous, but like I said in that one video, my concern with perk overlapping and everything, it doesn't fix. Oh, that was kind of clean. It doesn't fix everything I believe it was meant to do. I feel like it's more of a stylistic overhaul than like actual coding, but I'm not gonna get into that. I have a whole video on it. And honestly, ever since I stopped making Daybreak content, it's been kind of discouraging, because I'm not one to be really concerned about views or likes or anything. I really could care less about views and likes, but when you have that consistency with a community and you decided to drop it altogether, ultimately your view rate is gonna suffer. And I think I've lost maybe 50% of my engagement since I've stopped making Daybreak content. And then I moved to Violence District, which it's been good and I've been having fun, but I like playing killers. I like playing the odd one out. And when there's not a lot for the odd one out, again, your views are gonna suffer. So, I mean, I have a hidden thing in the works and I'm working on my Myers right now. That Veil video was honestly probably the funnest I've had making a Violence District video outside of Masked. I definitely plan on making a video of me getting my mask to 100, but that's just not a priority to me right now. And then just also deviating it away from Roblox content, period. Like, that's going to a whole other audience, so that's gonna take time. But it's just, it is really soul crushing sometimes when you work so hard on something and the algorithm doesn't push it. It is what it is. You gotta, you find your people slowly. But, what am I trying to say? In the future, especially January after, if the Roblox thing goes to crap, I might just stop making Roblox content altogether and just play it in my spare time. And if humanly possible, within my budget, and my computer storage, I would like to maybe play more itch games or more Steam games. But with that, there's a higher chance that I would have to spend money, and also computer space, which I have plenty of space in my computer, so I'm not too worried about that. But it's just certain requirements, like certain programs I have to have for my education, have been making my laptop kind of fucky for some reason. And this is like brand spanking new, so the fact that it's doing so much random stuff to my laptop makes me worried about downloading more things in the future. Like, a lot of my friends want me for years to play Dead by Daylight. I'm scared of getting it because I feel like the whatever I have on my laptop for school is just gonna interfere with it and make it impossible to run. Well, not impossible, but just a pain, and make the performance of my laptop much slower. And my priority right now with this laptop is schooling and art and videography, and that is it. Education number 1, art number 2, and like my own personal interests. Basic games that don't take too much storage, like Roblox. Editing, so like DaVinci and everything, and then graphics, so like my art programs and whatnot. And that is literally it. Until I get my degree, I am not really concerned with getting too many games unless I just really become that bored. That's another reason why too I kind of want to lay off on uploading, is to find more alternatives to regulation than just watching YouTube all the time. Don't get me wrong, it's great. I love it. I love laying in my bed with like a fan like blowing in my face. Pause. And just watching a YouTube video with like a small snack. Perfect Tuesday for me. But also, there's just so much out in the world for me to explore, and so many things I want to learn to become a better person and more independent in the real world, to where it would be beneficial if I just learn to find alternatives. Like, one thing I've found that I love doing is figure studies and gestural drawings, and there's so many opportunities for that, at least where I'm stationed. And I've been telling myself I want to do that more. I've also been telling myself what does that mean? I've also been saying I want to swim more. I did so much swimming like every week before quarantine hit, and ever since quarantine I've just never, what the hell is that? I've just never really been that huge on swimming, because COVID did this thing where like sanitization and just sanitary conditions have always been in question. And I just don't want to be near nobody's little germs in the pool. And then just also my own self-esteem, but that's something different that I need to personally work on. I don't need to really publicly say anything about that. But yeah, I want to be more active in the real world. I want to be more proactive for myself. And I want to really focus on the end goal of this education, which is getting a job that I so desperately love and want and aspire to be a part of, and be a part of different communities based around that career. One of my dreams would be to aid the indie animation movement. One of my other dreams would be to have like this platform and like my commissions as like separate tiny forms of income that build up over time, and I can like build like revenue and savings off of things that I love. Another thing would be being active in like art communities locally. I would love to have my work in a museum one day. That would be like an absolute dream. And I would just love to be a part of the world, but my own, I don't even like to use the word mental issues, and I don't know if that's just because whatever, but I know I have problems and I struggle with certain things mentally. And I am going to do my best to work on that. It may, for people who know me really well, I'm talking like good friends, that though that may not show immediately. However, it's progress, and I want to visibly see myself making progress. This is a lot. It's so scattered. I'm even thinking of re-recording this, but I hope it all makes sense. What else do I want to say? If the whole Roblox thing does go to dog water, and oh, what is this? I've never played this one before. And whatnot, I would like to do more art content, like me drawing and doing commentary, because that's just something I do. When I'm interested in something, I yap a lot. Otherwise, I'm like really quiet, like I don't talk at all. I just mind my own business. So maybe things like speed paints and commentaries, and just showing my processes and things like those, as well as even maybe like if it doesn't put me at any disadvantage, I would love to like, I'm trying to find the word for it, offer like techniques and things I've learned in like my higher education. So like one thing I really love and I want to get deep into, like I said, was figure studies and gestural drawings and everything. So like from like a amateur-ish perspective, I would like to I don't even want to say amateur, like intermediate. I would love to show people how to do that, because that has been the thing I've been missing from my art for literally years. I'd also oh my god, Super Mario in real life. I'd also been thinking about doing more video essays on random things that I make connections of that somehow work the more I do research on them, which I'm a 50-50 on. I've been going back and forth in my brain about, because video essays used to be this sort of thing where you genuinely got, well, not to say that all of them you don't genuinely get information out of them, but I feel like with current YouTube, the video essay has been kind of like just an easy way to get clicks. And so that kind of that kind of face value appearance of it to me has made me kind of sway away from it. But I used to love making video essays. Like I made one on Paradise Small. I'm thinking of redoing that. I have another one that I don't want to spoil that I'm going back and forth in my brain about. I have a whole document plan on it already. That's in main point bullets right now, and that I plan to put in a script, possibly. That's definitely something. I just want to expand past... Obviously, I want to still do my funny edits and everything, but I want to expand past that and, like, offer my thought process into the world. I just want to be part of the world. That's the main thing. So, really, to put it simply, this might take a huge hit on my channel, but I'm thinking of moving to a once a month approach. And with that, I edit very fast at the expense of my phone battery and other things. I feel like this once a month approach will not only help me focus on life in the world more and like focusing on myself and honing down on my own behaviors, whether that be positive or negative. It doesn't come at the expense of my love for creating content and offering something, and it also doesn't come at the expense of my education and my sanity. And with that, Roblox may not be something I can do too often in the foreseeable future because of the whole chat thing and the fact that I do not want to give them my face. That is the last thing I want to do, is give any platform my face. I don't even like showing my face on the internet, period. And I may just not do it at all. But, there's that. And then possibly moving towards, like, Steam games and video essays and things of that nature. Or even just, like, art content, which is going to take a huge hit and is going to take even longer to really build engagement. But I'm willing to take that route if it's for not only my privacy and my own personal development, but for the betterment of my education and the things I want to achieve. And even just development. Like, I like building. I like making graphics. I love working in Roblox Studio as a builder and, like, texture maker. I like doing Roblox GFX and everything. But I just want to improve on how I engage in the media and in real life. And then my other thing in the beginning definitely was the fact that I'm kind of losing my touch with YouTube a little bit because of just how obnoxious these ads are getting. Oh my god, when I tell y'all, the voting ads this year near me were actually, like, something I've never seen before. They were actually, like, clinically insane. It is so funny. I'm not gonna talk about it though. But yeah. I'm doing this out of betterment for myself. I know it's gonna be hard because I don't want to say I doom scroll on YouTube a lot, but it's a periodic thing. And even if it's for, like, short periods of time, that's still not the greatest. I want to untrain that type of behavior. And I'm probably just being redundant at this point. I don't know. I know what I want to do. I just don't know how to word it. I just want to improve. That's the main thing. The more I'm thinking about it, and the more I have, like, these random anxieties and paranoia, and all these other things, and the more I notice stuff about myself, it's not entirely my fault the way I think, but I definitely feel like I can improve on it myself without, I don't want to say without any external help like it's bad, but, like, without feeling I need to like reach out every single time, you know? I want to take accountability for myself and my emotions and my feelings and behaviors and blah, 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 whatever. Does that mean I'll stop making content? No, that does not mean I'll stop making content. But it's gonna be hard. It is gonna be so hard. There's just this lingering back in my head all the time that, like, I need to put something out there. I need to post something. Like, I don't want to post it because of views, but it's my brain wanting to make a post on something, whether that's a video, an artwork, or whatever, just so I can look back at it and see its engagement without concerning itself for likes and everything. But even that alone can be so damaging. And I have kind of an idea of why I'm like that, but also it's just unnecessary. Like, I don't want to have to think about every little thing when it comes to that, and it's just not good. So, what is the thing gonna be now? Oh, Lord, okay. But also a message to my friends and the people who do know about this channel, like, and I mean close friends. That does not mean I'm going to go completely DNI, completely no contact. That doesn't mean that, but I know I have the tendency to want to chat a lot. I'm going to limit that. I'm going to attempt to limit that a lot more. I'm going to get my motivation back like I had before for drawing consistently and everything. I'm going to get my motivation back to power through things I don't like. And I'm going to do what I want to do and improve. This is just something I've been wanting to out for a while. I didn't know if I should just do it in quiet or be transparent about it, but if any of my... I have, like, a gut feeling that one or some of my videos in the future are just gonna, like, blow up out of nowhere, and in the event that that does happen while I'm, like, doing this mental refresh, I want this to be there so people are just like, oh, they fell off. Taking a mental break does not equal falling off. Having, like, little views in a certain amount of time of something being uploaded does not mean you fell off. It just doesn't. So, thank you for hearing this so desperately disorganized rant. I also need to do research on fixing my bitrate in OBS since I have a better laptop now, because I'm pretty sure it's capped at 60 FPS, but it can go over 60 FPS. So, I hope it's not chasing me. But yeah, thank you so much. And just another reminder to, like, the people I do know. I say this all the time. Whatchamacallit. Don't be afraid to fact check me. My mentality is that a good and honest friend fact checks you and corrects you on either things you've done wrong or overstepping or anything. Do not be afraid to fact check me. I know I can be emotional. Will it hurt my feelings? Yes and no. But that's the point. It's just a reality check. So please, 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 I'm begging you. If, like, something just feels... Oh my god. If something just feels fucky, fact check me. We are people, yo. We are literally people. It is not good for us as people to just sit and contemplate over something. You gotta communicate. You gotta talk to me. This has been 38 minutes. I thought it would be shorter. I might cut through it a bit for consistency. And I know I just uploaded it today, but I might drop this today too so I can just be on with my life at that point. But thank you so much. I'm gonna do the YouTuber thing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna freaking do it. I'm gonna freaking do it. I love y'all. Truly do. No parasocial. Stay creative. Take care.